Mike, a low quality sort of game really in the whole, and decided ultimately by a really bad mistake. Once again, you must be disappointed, deeply disappointed.
Yeah, mistakes again, costing us. They've been costing us for the last 7-8 games now, and those individual errors you can't legislate for. And today it has cost us. It's cost us a lot, but there's no excuses today. We dominated the game for large spells. They didn't really offer much. They got into our box once in the first half. We looked in control of the game without having any real quality or cutting edge. Not enough. We had 8 corners in the first half, 9 corners in the first half, where I think out of those 9, 7 of them we got first contact on the ball. But going over the bar, not really. There was just no quality whatsoever. No. In the final third, no cutting edge, and that's disappointed me today because the plan was to isolate their 2 centre backs and put them under a lot of pressure, and we did that. We did that quite well. One of them sent off, the other one on a yellow early, but we didn't capitalise on it. And the mistake happened, which gave them the goal. Other than that, I didn't see them scoring, and obviously we pushed on late to try and get back in the game and get the point. And they've gone down the other end and caught us when we were pushing. We might as well lose 2-0 as opposed to 1-0.
Yeah. I mean, as you kind of say, you had lots of the ball, didn't test their keeper really particularly. At the same time, they've literally had 2 shots on target, haven't they, and scored from them as well. Yeah,
that sums up the game. Pretty much what I just said, just the same thing. We talk about how you win games of football at this level, and it's about how much pressure you put on them. And we didn't put enough pressure on them, and we didn't have hardly any pressure put on us at all, and we ended up conceding 2 goals, which mind boggles.
Yeah. Obviously, the man sent off Matthew Hughes. He could have possibly gone earlier as well. Did you feel?
Yeah, it is what it is. He could have gone earlier. Yeah, he could have. But for me, we can all go and have a chat about the ref, and we can look at other things outside of what's in that dressing room. And I can't look outside our dressing room. I can't look outside my office, because I've done what I've done, prepared them for the game, and I live and die by those decisions. And the decisions I made today haven't won me a game of football, so I look at myself first. And then I've been in the dressing room there at the end and just spoke a few honest truths again. I can't defend them today. I've defended them in here after every game. But if you're not going to be ruthless and take your chances or create better chances and have quality when you get the opportunity to, you don't win football matches. You don't win football matches. So big games to come up.
What did you say to Jack, or what's Jack said in the dressing room after the mistake?
It's not good enough. Simple as that. Cost us.
How do you lift the lads now in kind of the feeling sort of around the ground? I mean, I know you're kind of a very positive person, but it does feel like a lot of negativity understandably after that result and the situation. And how do you kind of lift the lads, because you've got 3 huge games?
I'll face it front on. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to face it head on. I'm not afraid of a challenge, and my challenge is not just to win games, is to find the 11 that I can trust to have the mentality. And you look at it. I talked about it before the game. What does it take to win a game in this situation? And you look at, is it physical? Is it mental? Is it technical? Is it tactical? And for me, it's all mental. It's all psychological. So I've got to tap into that now this week. Some of the lads are crying after the result, because it means that much to them. And that's the way they show that. That's fine. But I've got to bring them back to kind of baseline, and I've got to rally the ones that weren't. And what we've done in front of our home fans today isn't good enough, and isn't something that I can stand here and defend, because I think I'd get people to see straight through that. I'm not going to lie. It is what it is. The situation is what it is, and we go now to Kiddie next week where nobody gives us a hope to go and win that game, and we've got to take it to them and try and win the game. And I still believe that the players that are in there, if I can just get 10% more out of them and a bit more quality around the box, we can win games. I've got no doubt. We've beaten Kiddie this season already, and there's no reason why we can't do it again. And I'll be positive and I'll attack the week as I always do.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of training, like you say, you can only do so much on the training field, and then mistakes happen. You can't really legislate for those sometimes, can you? And is that kind of a psychological thing you feel then, the individual mistakes that players make? Yeah.
We talked to Jack at half time about how he hadn't had a lot to do in the game, and to stay focused and stay switched on and concentrate. And he hasn't. It's bread and butter. He's got fantastic hands normally, and it's cost us today. So those mistakes, what makes people make mistakes? What makes them make mistakes? Pressure, which they're under. There's no doubt about that, which I'm under. We're all under at the club, and we've got to deal with it. Concentration, mentality. Are they strong enough to deal with those situations? That's what we've got to work with. We can't bring anyone in, so we've got to make sure that this week now I tap into the mentality and make sure that they're right back at it. Full week of training now to work on a plan going into the Kiddie game. And my message to the fans again, like I've given them rock the shed today, and they did. We let you down, so that's my message to them. Go Tuesday, Thursday, get as many as we can down to Kiddie, and make it difficult for them, and support the lads, because yes, you're going to be frustrated, yes, you're going to be down, yes, you're going to be negative. I get that. I'll go and speak to the ones that are still here now, and I'll face it. We make our apologies and we'll try and be better. We will be better next week.
Thanks, Mike.
All right.